You start 2017 a lot like you ended 2016, and people started saying it's because the relationship with Hendrick got stronger. Come to find out, I mean, that's not really the case, is it?
We get engines, transmissions, and gears. All the chassis and bodies are built in-house here, and most of the components are as well. So I think it was just a matter of engineering working together with the competition side to, in the off-season, to pick up a little better package to start the year with.
The wait is over for Kyle Larson. He gets the win at the Michigan International Speedway.
Chase back, yeah! Woo!
A year ago, a big win for this organization at Michigan when Kyle Larson got his first win there. And all of a sudden, it seemed like Ganassi Racing came to life. I mean, up to that point, things were kind of like not very good. I mean, what changed?
To start last year, we felt like we started behind, and that was pretty apparent from our performance, you know. So everybody went to work really hard. I mean, engineering, aero, and just started working on some different chassis stuff and put together a package that was able to start implementing throughout, you know, halfway through the year, about the time that Kyle was able to put that race together and get a win there.
Did it get pretty heated? Because, you know, sometimes to fix something, you have to admit you got a problem.
It's not necessarily it got heated, it's just everybody's passionate, you know what I mean? And the results, no one was happy with. And I'm very passionate, so my intensity picks up, and I think we have a lot of people in this organization that happens with. And so that's, I mean, it wasn't like anything bad blood or anything, but it was enough to get everybody motivated to make some change.
Matt, how important is it for an organization to have a group of guys that can make changes on your race car, you know, as quickly as an engineer comes up with an idea?
It's super important. I would say one of the advantages of a two-car team is you can implement a little bit quicker at times than a four-car team, because if you come up with something week of event, you try to get it on the vehicle if possible, you know. So I think it's super important to be able to implement any new gain as fast as possible. Every week we have our competition meeting. You have most of your managers in there, as far as from engineering and from the finished fab to bodybuilding, all that type of stuff. And I think that's a quick way to give those guys an up-to-speed date of how the weekend went, what didn't work, what worked, you know. So I think that those relationships are continuing to grow as well.
Really appreciate you letting us come in here, because I know this is kind of like where the trade secrets all occur. Every time you turn around, a work in progress between the engineering group as well as the guys building the bodies, because you make little subtle changes or trying to make sure you don't make a mistake with them.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got CFD group that's constantly running through different changes, you know, whether it's a conceptual thing or, you know, just something that they want to try. All those updates are, as quickly as they can, getting implemented on the car so we can take them to the racetrack in a timely fashion so we're not missing out on something we think is better. This is the assembly plate where they put the chassis together. So we have a front section, a rear section, and a center section. So they start with the center section, and then they start adding the pieces to it. So front and rear go on there.
Everybody works on the same process, doing the same thing, the same steps, right?
Correct. And this is kind of what it looks like when all the sub-assemblies are stuck together.
Right.
So that one's almost ready to come off and go to NASCAR.
It's starting to take form, yeah. When we look at that metal rack over there, then we see the cars here being assembled, the bodies. How long does it take for this organization to take tubing from that rack and make it go to the racetrack?
From a design standpoint, it's about a 4-week design to do a section of a car.
We've seen it kind of like the beginning, but now we're getting closer to the end here. This looks like these cars are almost in their final stages before they go out on the floor to get wired up and ready to go to the racetrack.
Correct. Yeah, this is the finished fab area where they put the crush panels in, they'll put door foam in, make sure the hoods fit up, make sure everything fits the way we want it to fit so that we have the most performance out of these cars. We all put a lot of pride in our work, and we've got a good product here that we've been building since, you know, the inception of this place.
When you work on a race team, it's no different than, you know, playing for the New York Yankees. You want to be proud of the fact that I work for Chip Ganassi and Ganassi Racing, and we have a competitive organization.
Yeah, and we have a good product, and we've tweaked on that, and we've used a lot of our CFD tools and a lot of our K&C tools to kind of build off of that. When you take something that's good and you take good people and you tweak on it, you get a good product, and I think that's kind of what we're seeing now. So everybody's proud of it right now, and, you know, we've got some momentum, and we're moving in the right direction, and hopefully we continue down that path.